Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Okay, I'm on one again this morning. Hey, everybody. Good morning and welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris, and I wouldn't rather be anywhere else except maybe Fiji than right here with all of you beautiful people. And on that note, good morning, beautiful people. How are you? Welcome to today. It is the 27th day of April. 2021. We are making our way on down the road of April, headed towards May. Oh, are you ready for summer? Are you? I am. Can I get an amen? Whoop, whoop. Today, are you ready for this? Today here in Chicagoland, are you ready? Wait for it. 87 degrees, right? Oh my goodness. Hey, are you guys planning on going anywhere? Like, are you going to get back into vacationing or what are you feeling about that? A lot of us have received the vaccination. Some are still waiting. Some are in between. Some aren't getting it. But I feel a lot more comfortable with travel now. Still doing everything, you know, hand sanitizing, of course, masking up, social distancing. But I feel, don't you feel a lot better having it? Excuse me, I don't know what the big deal was with everybody worrying about 5G being shot into our bodies. What are the take me to your leader? Take me to your leader. What was that? Did I not offer something? What happened, Jam? kidding. I better quit playing. I'm gonna just leave that alone. So anyway, here we are today. Let me tell you already, you guys, this is gonna be one of those shows where that's live TV. You do what you got to do. My guest, she was here, TERESA YEUNG. She couldn't get her. Is that her? She couldn't get her camera on. Then she got it on when she was standing up. Then it went off. Then she booted herself off. Then she needed another link. It just wasn't working. I've sent her 2 more links. She's not here again. I don't know what's happened. So I thought what we could do today, because here we are. Would you guys mind? Okay, I did a master class. I recorded my master class about a month ago. And then about 2 weeks later, I got the rough cuts. And they're actually putting the finishing touches on the entire master class. Should be done today. But since I don't have a guest, I'm like, well, what in the world? What am I going to do? It never works when I put a link in the chat and tell everybody, just come on in. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. So there's a bell of purpose. Before we get into it, I wanted to know, put in the comments, would you guys be too bored if I showed you just a little bit of the masterclass, a couple modules or something, to give us something to talk about? Put in the comments if you're interested in seeing what it looks like. If you are, then I have it pulled up. I'll show you a couple. Remember, it's just a rough cut. Doesn't have the right name of my class. That was just a place marker, but the content is there. So I thought I could share a couple, 3 of those with you. And that's what we could talk about this morning. I mean, unless somebody wants to come in and be an impromptu guest, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're sure. Remember that? I never raised my hand. I had bad. You don't want to know. Anyway, help me welcome to the show my sidekick, the only person who showed up today besides me. Hi, this is Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo, and she's my version of Ed McMahon. Today we are drinking on the rest of, what is, this is salted caramel. I quit drinking Jamaican Me Crazy. It was making me crazy. Clearly. So anyway, yeah. I was trying to see. I'm trying to stall y'all to see if she's going to make it back in, but doesn't look like it. So let me check on. Oh, Yolanda Wright. Hi. Sherry McQueen. Andrea. Okay. Really? Okay, you guys. Be gentle. Okay. Let me tell you guys something really quickly. I'll share it with you. All my coaching clients know this because they've seen these pieces. And a couple of things happen. You won't see the module where I talk about my first day in foster care, which was also the first night of sexual abuse for me. But I'll tell you this. When I was watching those for the first time, something happened. Literally, I know, but I'm just telling you what happened. It was my experience, and it really happened. Over the decades, when I would, go back into that room with that kid who had to endure all like 9 different sexual abuse encounters as a kid. There were a couple others as an adult, but as a kid, there were 9. And I think it was about 9. And every time I've gone back to visit him, he's always had that injured look. It's the best way I can put it on his face. But this time when I was watching some of this masterclass, and I'm not kidding you, I was sitting on the bed with that younger version of myself. We were holding hands kind of like this, over and under. And even though we were facing each other like this, somehow we were watching the back of my chair as I was watching what you're about to see, or some of what you're about to see. And we were watching it. And when we got to the point, the part of the story about that night and the subsequent abuse, he being the younger version of me, broke into what I can only deem, I feel it was like a universal smile. And he grabbed me so quickly, the breath went out of me and was holding me. And while we were like this, he didn't whisper in my ear, but I heard him in my spirit. And he said to me, "Thank you for coming back and showing me why we had to live through this. You have my blessing. Go back and finish the work we've started. I promise it happened." Another thing that happened, excuse me, at some point, I don't remember which module I was watching, but You know how if you have GPS in your car, or even on your phone, you know how it lays those maps, those grids, and you can see, okay, it's yellow, traffic is slow, it's red, it's at a stop, rerouting you, all these different grids of the streets and school zones and all that, okay? God, literally, the gods, them, they, she, him, her, all of them, angels, Holy Spirit, all the heavenly hosts, okay? They were in on this. They were in on this. While I was watching, I saw multiple like transparencies or grids, if you will, being laid. They were laid over the experience that I was watching. And I heard the divine say to me, you are looking at all the twists and turns because I wanted you to understand that for that 3 minutes you just watched, it took 47 years. It took 47 years for those 3 minutes. It took 55 years for those 50 seconds. It took 31 years for that 8 minutes, whatever it was. But now that you see it, don't you feel it was worth it? And boy, talk about a new definition of gratitude for me. Very much so. I hope every person has the opportunity to do a masterclass or something similar. Seriously, and if you're interested, get at me. I can hook you up. So okay, I guess I'll do that. I guess let me see. I'll set it up. I'll set it up. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh my goodness. Wait. You guys are gonna see all the goofy stuff. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me just set it up. The first one that I'm gonna show you three in a row. There are 13 altogether, okay? And it'll be available on elevate.ac out of the UK. It'll be available probably in another week. And so here we go. I'm going to show you the first one entitled Crafting the Contract, okay? Here we go. I hope you like it. I hope you do. Where is it? Okay. Take all the stuff that I've talked about so far and change the cover of the book. The story is the same, but it started to change in my world from being like a kid's book to more of an adult-oriented book. So the cover changed while the story and the pages remained the same because I'm the same character. So the language had gotten so expansive, if you will, where what is greater than myself, what was keeping me safe, what was helping me to compartmentalize the traumas and all the things that, you know, most kids are able to go to someone and say, oh, look, this happened to me. I wasn't able to do that, but I needed to put it somewhere. And something always spoke to me and said, whatever you do, don't hide it. It'll be hard to find when you need it. And I couldn't figure that out because I was like, well, why would I need this horrible stuff? But I listened nonetheless. And that's when I realized we were at a conference table, if you will. It started to get real, very real for me at that point, because suddenly something started speaking to me, asking me what I wanted. And once I started answering that, I was like, is that me? And I realized I was at a negotiations point of my growth, of my evolving. And I started putting it out there. I just started saying, well, you know, I want to do this. I want to see that. I want to go there. Now, mind you, at the same time, my outside world was not lining up. If they were transparencies and you laid them on top of each other, they didn't line up at all. And that was at first very confusing until my contract was slid across the table to me. And I started, you know, and I could hear the creator of my story, the author, saying just initial here, initial here, initial here. And I was like, and I'm in my mind going,
You mean I can really have this? You mean this is really possible? And I knew deep within me, with no proof, nobody validating me, nobody saying, well, of course, because everything on the outside looked like that's not what happens to kids like you. But nonetheless, I had a contract. So I was like, well, as soon as the ink is dry, we're going to see, right? So the thing about that was why it was a contract in my mind and still is today is because this is when the conditions began to emerge. Well, Lauren, if you want this, then you're going to need this. And that's when I started understanding the difference between need and want. A lot of us will say, well, I want to lose 10 pounds. And then down the road, we've gained it. Why? Because want comes like a wish list. But need comes with a plan. When you sit down, when people said, I used to listen to kids that I would go at home and to study with that had regular houses, regular homes, especially when I was older and in the group home setting. And I would hear the parents say, when your friend leaves, you and I need to have a talk. And I knew instantly, ooh, they're in trouble. And so I really started watching the outward signs that were in my world to help me understand all of the fine print within my contract. And it was all leading me to understand that everything you have signed off on, Lauren, are principles. And you cannot break these principles, but you can be broken against them. That was where integrity became a very good friend of mine. That is where I began to understand that sometimes we find ourselves in situations, not because we're bad people and not because we're, you're like, why would I be in this place with this horrible person? Well, oftentimes it's so that we have an example of what not to become. And so the contract taught me about never having a hidden agenda, never moving into an opportunity with an angle. It's that slippery salesman thing, that snake oil thing that you hear about, car salesman, and a lot of the other different industries where they get a bad rep because it's not integrity based. It's just an angle. And so it was then and there that I realized I want a contract to do what I need to do to accomplish what I came to this world to accomplish with no fine print. It all boils down to transparency. So here's the deal. Here's why this is so important to me right now. Just you and I. Let's say you and I are creating a contract together. The important thing about this is everything. It's integrity. It's your character. It's those things that live on our hard drives. It's the final verdict that the jury brings back. You're willing to never change it, no matter what. And it's so important because I remember, and I still apply this today, where, for instance, I have to know myself and be so honest with myself. Because if you ask people to point back to the things in their life where who was responsible for this going wrong or this going left or this going south, in most cases, they're going to say, I'm responsible. And that's because we break our own covenants with ourselves. So what did I have to do? I learned how to do, like when you have a toothache and the dentist says, Lauren, don't wait until, you're standing on your head because your head's about to explode from pain. Take this and stay ahead of the pain. So I learned to run ahead in life and know myself well enough to say, when I'm at my best, maybe I need to mark this passage in this book that feels and resonates and speaks to me right now, so that when I'm not this person, it is right there for me to stumble over, for me to walk directly into. And I still live by that premise today. That's why I have a wall of purpose. That's why I have a bell of purpose. I surround myself with things that will be there when I am not there for myself, if that makes any sense. And so it is, every time I write something down, it feels like a contract. Because why am I writing it down? I'm writing it down because I want to remember it just like this. with no addendums, no changes, just following through and getting through.
Okay, well, that was crafting the contract, and it's a real thing. I really have that contract, and I believe all of us do as well. Now, I have heard from our guest for today, Master Teresa, and we're going to bring her in after the commercial break. So that gives us about 9 minutes because we didn't want to just, you know. So we're doing our best here today. So that gives us enough time to get through these other two short modules that I wanted to share with you. So the next one you're going to see is the one that comes right after crafting the contract. And this one is called, hold on, I got to find it. What is it called? Oh, yeah. Okay. Let the games begin. Stay tuned for Master Teresa coming up in just a few minutes, everybody.
We have the contract, and the great thing about that is it keeps you in alignment with your plan. Remember, when you need something, it comes with a plan. If you want to lose that weight, well, you need to eat better. So that means you need to shop better so you can prepare better foods to lose the weight you want. So this started finding its way into my everyday life. And it's just like, boom, okay, practice time is over. Let the games begin. And that's when I realized I was not the only jersey on the court. I wasn't the only player on the field, because now I'm moving into my adulthood, and I didn't have any idea at all what I was going to do with my life, where I was going to go with my life. And I just knew I was ready to start living. So it brought me to my first tango with greatness. I'll never forget it. That voice that used to speak to me, I was a singer and I would go on auditions. I was in Hollywood, California, and there was a little magazine at the corner, a newsstand called Dramalog, and it had auditions in the back. It was like $4, which back then was a lot of money. And I would stand and hide behind the turnstile so I could kind of like write down the numbers and stuff out of it for auditions without having to buy it. And I was just flipping through, and I knew how to wait. I knew what time to get there when they'd be busy, because the guy would like, if you're going to read it, buy it, right? So I had it all planned out. And so I'm standing there, and I'm writing down numbers. And over to the left on the opposite page, I see the smallest ad ever. And it said hypnotherapy. And Roger Rabbit, wasn't even a movie yet, but you know how it was, just blew up. And I was like, I looked around like, anybody see that? Well, I looked at it, I read it, I got closer, and it said hypnotherapy. I was like, no way. I wrote it down. I ended up calling her. Long story short, I went in and I was hypnotized. And the very first day, Anne, she said to me, Lauren, as I count you down and you're walking up this stairway, and I remind you, I've never been hypnotized, didn't really believe in it, I thought. She said, I want you to see yourself in People magazine. I want you to wave at the fans. And I'm laying there thinking I'm not really even asleep. I could jump up and scare this woman if I wanted to. And she told me that. And I went in. I came out. And when she woke me up, we're sitting there, and she goes, I'll never forget it. She goes, Lauren, so when you tell me about the stairway you created. And I was like, oh yeah, I started with red carpet, and then I changed it and went with marble. And then I had brass, and then I changed it. And I went with mahogany, and then I changed it to cherry wood. She goes, that's great. But what did you see when you got to the top of the stairway? In the mirror that was up there. And I was like, what mirror? And she goes, the mirror. I asked you to describe what you saw in that mirror. I said, you didn't ask me that. And I remember being going, oh, this woman, she's such a fake. I am not even asleep. And then she reached behind a potted plant and pulled out a DAT recorder. And she hit rewind. And then I heard her say, tell me what you're seeing in the mirror. And in my own voice, I heard me say, I'm wearing a white shirt, blue jeans, And I freaked out because I'm like, how does that sound like me? And I never said it. What it boiled down to, she explained to me, was that I didn't remember that because I didn't like what I saw in me. And this is when it got very real. And she told me then, go home, keep a dream journal by your bed, a pencil. If you have to hang it from the ceiling, which is what I did, I took a piece of string and a thumbtack and I stuck it in the ceiling, and the pencil was hanging right above me, so that as soon as I opened my eyes, I saw it. Because she said, if you're going to start having dreams, first they're going to be like nightmares and scary because you're purging. In order to make room for something new, we oftentimes have to be willing to let go of something old. And that's what's going to happen naturally, because when you put these things there, you didn't know you were putting them there to come back for them one day. And that led to the dream. I was in an audience. It was just like an old game show called with Chuck Willery, Love Connection. And you would vote on 3 people on a date. But this time it was an apology company, an apology show with Chuck Willery, and it was called Apology Accepted. And we were voting in the audience on which apology to choose to put these people back together, to renew what they once had. And when it was all over, they were ushering us out, and I said to no one in particular, I said, wow, what a great idea for a business. Who came up with this? And everyone, Chuck Woolery, the key grip, the best boy, everybody in the audience turned to me, and in one collective, they said, no one came up with this yet, Lauren. This is for you, if you want it. And I sat straight up, jumped out of the bed, didn't look at the pencil, didn't write it down, and immediately forgot. It took me a week, and I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, because I kept going, oh my God, this was a business, this was great. And I went to a movie by myself just to get out of, to change the air in the tank. You know, we've all done that. And it was a movie, I'll never forget it, with Sally Field and John Goodman, called Punchline. And she came in from a late night out trying to become a star as a comedian. And she had her back to John Goodman. She was making tea. And she said, she got mad because he was on her case. And she goes, can't I ever just give you an apology that's accepted? The minute she said it, it all came rushing back through me. I ran out of there. I sped home. I wrote it down in pencil and stuck it in a corkboard. Apology accepted. And 6 weeks later, Anne's prediction came true. And I was in People magazine, which is hanging on that wall behind me right now. That was my first tango with greatness, when I realized that there really is a veil. There are things in this world that we don't see. Just like this, I always heard as a kid, you only use 10% of your brain. And I was like, well, good. That's encouraging, because I need a lot more. And it happened. And when I wrote that down in pencil, I put it on a 3x5 card. She had told me to buy People magazine to reinforce the vision. And it was 2 feet from me. I reached for it. I went to the masthead, found the editor. I'll never forget. It said Avenue of the Stars, New York, New York. And I put a 10-cent stamp on it. I said, I just had a dream. I am going to start a business that is going to do apologies for people who can't or won't for themselves. I really think you should call me. Here's my phone number. 1 week to the day, that editor was on my phone. And the rest is history. The rest is history.
Okay, well, there you go. Those are your little samples right at the bottom of the hour. Perfect timing. That is divine timing. So anyway, I'll let you guys know when the full masterclass is available. Thank you so much for all of your support, your encouragement, and for pouring into me. by being here and being you every day, Monday through Friday. So our guest found her way here. I dropped some breadcrumbs between here and wherever she lives, and clearly she found them because she's here. When we come back from this brief commercial break, we're gonna get to know a little bit about Master TERESA and all that she has to offer. So you guys do me a favor, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, all righty, we're back. I want to say thank you to both of my sponsors today, Intention Pen at intentionpen.com. I have mine right here, inscribed through me, not from me. Get over and check them out at intentionpen.com. And also Jillian Sandoval and her client, who is bringing you that wonderful program, the 8-week program. Natan is bringing you that. It's a program, 8 weeks of warrior goddess. Get yourself together, women. Get that warrior goddess out there to create the life you want to live. So thank you to both of them. And guess who's here? I'm just going to get her in here. None of the pomp and circumstance. Unmute yourself, Master TERESA, if you could.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, it works.
Yeah. Welcome. Sorry, I don't know what was going on there, but you're here. We only have half the time now, but we'll have to get started and schedule you to come back at another time to finish up. So
I just really enjoy listening to you, and I understand the intention, the greatness, the dream. I love everything you say.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot coming from you. You guys, Master TERESA YEUNG. Now, hold on. That's Alexa button in. Alexa, be quiet. Alexa. Alexa. You know, Alexa's going to end up in a garage sale for real. Because you don't even have to ask her anything. She just starts talking now.
We love her.
Who, Alexa?
Yeah.
I know. She said it was the party time over here, right? I don't know what's going on with her. But anyway, Master TERESA is an internationally recognized modern master of Qigong. And I have no idea what that is. So we're going to learn together today. She's a speaker, a remote healer. And I'm assuming that means she can heal you from any place in the world. She's a thought leader and also a
Yes.
3-time #1 international best-selling award-winning author, helping people figure out how to reclaim their balance and well-being. And there's a whole bunch more, but since we're short on time, I'm just going to let her get in and say hello to everybody, Master Teresa.
Oh,
And
hey.
tell us where you're at in the world.
Oh, I am in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, you're in Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
We love Canada.
Mhm.
And tell us what this gong thing is all about.
A gong is a exercise, a method, is a routine. So qi is energy. So it's very mindful. You can call it Chinese yoga, or you can call it a moving meditation, or you can call it acupuncture, no needles. But no, we practice and have the effect of acupuncture and more.
How do you do acupuncture? I thought that was the key to the word puncture.
Yeah, exactly, punch.
So
we send energy to ourselves. It's like we punch it in, but there's no needles, right? Gently.
So you go, okay, well, I have a niece that's a doctor of acupuncture, and I'm gonna, she's probably not gonna be happy that people can get acupuncture without the needles. But anyway,
no, well, thank you.
So what about the gong part? Because when I heard gong, I've had some gong masters on here before, and I was thinking that's what you did, but it's not.
Yeah, well, the Chinese sound, one sound means many things. So it's not the same gong, although we should gong the qi and let people understand what qi is about. Just gong it, right?
Now, in your bio, it says that you're the last person to have worked with someone.
Yes.
That study and tell us about that. Who is that? And
yeah, so the magical thing is, like at this time of my life, I feel I'm also like a senior already, and I feel something good should go out, right? And not just keep it in certain areas. Go for people that don't understand, like you, right? And
like
the audience, right? And then what inspired me is when my teacher from China, he got the highest title of that kind of thing. You see people doing something like Tai Chi, but that's not the healing art we're talking about. We're talking the mindful internal energy that bring you peace and bring you circulation, bring you the more life force and very healing. We call that Qi Gong. So it's pretty popular in Canada and USA too. And my teacher came to Canada, retired, and I started to learn from him. And I didn't know he is anyone special. I was just supposed to entertain him because he is in his retirement, right? And my health was so poor at that time. And then he had been teaching so much in China as a hobby. And we're so lucky he came to Canada.
So, when did you start practicing this? How long ago?
I started practicing when I was about 38 years old.
Oh, just a couple years ago.
That's really nice compliment.
You look great. I'm not going to ask you how old you are because you're not.
I have no secret. I'm getting to 64. No problem.
Oh, so you're almost. Wow, you look great.
I don't even have makeup on.
I know, and not one wrinkle.
Well, I started Qigong at 38.
Me either. I don't have any.
You look fantastic, right?
Not when I stretch like this, I do.
Yeah. So
you look great.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So, Master Teresa, when you started, why did you start? What were you looking for? Better health, better mindset, some of all of it? What was it that drew you into this? And now you're a master yourself. Like you, I was inspired to help my health somehow, because when I was 20 years old, I threw up blood a few times at night. Just 20, right? Oh, yeah.
And then I have tuberculosis. I was contagious.
Tuberculosis.
Contagious, and I was quarantined. I was in a hospital for months. and medication for a year. And that started off my journey to deal with what it feels to be sick, right? Yeah, really terrible. And that the journey brought me all kinds of health problems you could think of, besides I didn't have cancer.
Right.
Like pain, headache, migraine, digestion, cramps, oh dear, leg pain, low blood pressure, all kinds of things.
Mm.
I could not even go out in the sun because I would come back in and have a headache at that time. And I also had, I had 3 children at the time already. And I was already spending 10 years in herbal medicine before doing the Qigong. I also spent 10 years in chiropractic work. They helped. And I asked myself, is there a chance I don't have to do these things or do less or something? Because I'm still running fever and cold every month or so, right? So my dream was say, if there's something can help me, what did I haven't done, right? So I'm someone that don't go out and look for teachers. The teacher came to my door. I was so grateful. And that's how, well, just entertaining a family friend.
How long did it take for this to change your life as far as your health?
People, if they have very good intention, okay, and they're not resisting the practice, they will feel better now, today, right this moment. I love to do something for you too here.
Okay.
And they really work on it. I mean, if they're really serious, right? They do a few times in 1 week of 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
They feel better. In 5 minutes, they will feel better already. It's about improving, blood circulation, reducing stress. As we know, when people are stressful, all the problems are, right?
Yeah.
So, and then we can empty the voices in the head. All the voices.
All of them?
You follow me.
I got a lot of them. I'm kidding.
And then we can also help the woman and don't worry about, me, right? Menopause and all the post-menopause. Oh my God. And then the work to do, children to take care, husband, spouse to take care, work to do, and what's going on in society. I think women have more work than ever now because people are at home more, right? More things to cook, more people to care. And then what about your parents, the in-laws, the siblings? Oh my God. So woman, as you said, goddess, right?
Yes.
Women don't want to be goddess. We just want to relax.
Just relax. I feel
just want to relax and someone to love us, right? And then to love us, for me, is to do the energy practice, the qi. Because the feeling of the qi gives us a feeling of homecoming.
I like that.
And it makes you feel full, and it's like you're in love with yourself. Because you can actually think about giving energy to yourself, give. But when you give, you don't, belief system, you don't take it in, right?
Right.
Because we have a problem of what? We don't want. You give me something, then if you give me something, I'll say, what do I have to return to Lauren, right?
Right. What do you expect in return?
Exactly. So when women want to take something in, we naturally learn not to take things in. Or men, the same, right? So the process of the practicing about giving to yourself, it's starting to open the door to love yourself more.
Okay.
It's very interesting.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. And then what it is, it works so good with the law of attraction too. Because the law of attraction is make a decision, send the thoughts out, right? Yeah. But you have so many voices, right? That's why we say you have to find something you can believe easier. And you need, something bigger to make a decision. I'm going to do that, right? But before they get there, right, they have a lot of struggles. They don't have strong
speed bumps along the way. Absolutely.
And we don't want to. But when we do the practice, it will heal these voices. It will lighten the voices.
So what is the very first thing you do every morning?
The first thing in the morning, I will think about who should I inspire today.
Who you should inspire.
How
And then
can I help? And I will look at my body too. Oh, how am I today? What does Teresa has to do for her health? Is she stiff? Is she tight? What movement should she do for herself? And today Lauren is my number one on my list to do.
oh, you got something that'll make me feel better? I feel good, but I want to feel better.
You're fantastic.
Oh.
I like to because the thing with the energy work, the chi, the movements, is something you have to ideally experience it. It's not something you can talk about.
How do people know when their energy is a little off, low? You know, we say low energy and we think, oh, I'm tired, I'm sleepy. But energy is more than just tiredness or lack of, you know, energy is a lot more, right?
Yes.
So how does a person start to raise the energy?
So now first is the awareness, right? People more interested, just to be honest, right? It's not their health. They're interested to support their home, bring money home, because that is survival for the home, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's why health is not important until technical difficulties like this morning. So they need some wake-up calls, but they don't want to listen to them too, because doing the things to help the wake-up calls mean I have to do this less. I have to give time. I have to change my routine, and I have to learn something, because the practice is you have to learn something to do. We don't want to learn anything. I just want to make.
I was gonna say, a lot of people are like, oh,
I just want to make some money and get a good business. And that's all I care, right?
Right.
So that's why.
I have that video. Is it okay if I show a little bit of it? Give people your YouTube one that I got, to give people a little idea of what it is you do. We can see you in action. You guys, we're going to show you a little bit about what Master Teresa. I haven't seen it myself yet, so we'll be watching it together, everybody, for the first time. Okay, let's take a look. Here we go.
Show a couple movements and a few people saying what happened to them.
Everything is energy,
Okay.
and that is all there is to it. Albert Einstein. Qigong is a mindful moving meditation, breathing exercises usually with gentle movements. You can practice sitting, standing and lying down. There is walking Qigong too. We shift the mind to pay attention to the breathing and connect to the body. This helps us to empty the thoughts.
The pain was gone within about a week of starting the Qigong practice.
I felt so much energy, and it's wow.
Working with the energy, it's to me, I'm going to use the word almost miraculous, and that's really how I feel it's been with working with the children and energy in the classrooms.
When I started out, I had a lot of asthma. It's gone.
I think that is a great stress reliever.
It's actually helped me from an emotional standpoint.
Is that it's just a gift to yourself and you just feel really great, and
it's helped me physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually.
I find that it balances the entire skeletal system.
I broke my finger last year and it's been just terrible, hot and red and swollen. I wish you had taken a picture yesterday, because the swelling has gone down quite a bit. There's no pain I mean, I can really, squeeze this thing. There's absolutely no pain. So, I mean, I'm sold.
It was deep sleep. I didn't wake up, and I felt so good. I didn't take as much coffee to wake me up this morning.
God, I had a very inflamed liver. And when I went back and got the test done again, the results were exactly midpoint of normal, and I never recall having a result like that.
Wow.
When you're stressed, the immune system's ability to fight off antigens is reduced.
So, a lot of positive, reactions there, and everybody had a different ailment. So, how long does it take a person to start to get a command over this where they can use it and see the kind of results that these people were just speaking? How long did those people have to practice this?
It can be one time. The people there is someone with the swollen finger.
Yeah.
Or one day.
One day.
One day.
Okay, give us something that we can start without, what's something we can do right now?
Exactly. Awesome. We can show you how to relax a little bit, follow me. And after that, just caution the audience, don't drive now, okay? Okay, you'll be so relaxed and relax, okay?
Okay.
And the next thing you want to do, follow me and it'll be fun. And I also have a Facebook page called Chi Bricks. There's lots of videos there free, 1 minute to give you ideas, enjoy.
And we'll have you drop all those connectors into the chat inside the comment section, the comments when we're done. We're done. Yeah, I'll have you put all your connectors so the audience can go right in and get them, because with technical difficulties, we didn't get a chance to get them. So, okay, I'm ready. Let's relax.
Thank you for giving me.
You're good. I didn't even know you
relaxed.
Oh, I'm back. Okay.
You just listen and that's it.
I'll be serious.
Yeah, I can see if your body energy change with you, if you're listening to me too. I can tell.
Oh.
I do remote healing, right? Just heal people like that.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, I'm paying attention for real. I know you
better pay attention. It's good for you.
I'm here.
You are important.
Okay,
many
I'm
people.
ready.
Exactly.
For real.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I love you all. Give me this chance to do a little bit small thing to impact your life, and it will be important for me.
I'm going to let you have the stage. I'm going to sit.
Thank you. So the first thing, with life is give yourself permission. So relax require permission too. So do you want to feel better? Just follow me. So just take an experimental attitude. Breathe in the head, relax. How do you relax? Breathe in, relax your head. Okay, relax. Neck, breathe in, relax your neck. Shoulders, breathe in, relax your shoulders. Chest, breathe in, relax your chest. Abdomen, breathe in, relax abdomen. The whole back, relax, breathe in, breathe out. Arms from the shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, relax, breathe in. Relax, breathe out. So relax our hip, our legs, our knees, our feet, toes. Breathe in. Relax. Breathe in. Relax your whole body. Breathe in. Relax. So relax is a beginning of a very mindful breathing. So usually we have Qigong movements. Like for instance, example, we can have the arm up here, a chair Qigong. People on chair too much these days. So when we feel tired, I can be raising my arms like this. And we always have intention. So we train the mind to connect with the body. And then as we are doing the training, we say, oh, I'm tight here. Oh, I'm tight. Can I think about how I can release the tightness? So breathe in, breathe out. So the motion. So the arms are important because the meridians relating to the lungs and heart. They're actually sitting in the arm. So when we are on the computer too long, it's not good for the heart, as we know. Say, relax. Take the time, breathe in, breathe out. So say we can also do reverse movement and do it another way. And then as we are working on with the movement that help the body to open up, for instance, and with the breathing, that your mind starts to shift the thoughts to the movements and the breath work. And then if you do longer with me, you will just feel your body buzzing, like Reiki, right? The energy, biomagnetic is going to improve. Just like you've gone to the acupuncture, as they put the needle, you have a little vibration. So when you practice, you'll have that effect, but more gentle, much more gentle. Yeah.
Well, on the screen is the Facebook page that Master Teresa was speaking of earlier, where she said there's lots of videos and they're all free. Did you want to say something about this?
Well, this is the school page. So the video is actually on a Chi Bricks, a QIBREAKS. But
okay, so you can drop that. If you can put that into the comment section when we leave. We got about 2 minutes left. I'm going to have to call you later today, and we'll get you scheduled to come back and do a full hour so that we can go through. You can put us through our paces. I think a lot of us are looking for some place
do things like that.
Ooh,
and then we can actually prevent the carpal tunnel. And then we can also work on our lungs so that, for what's going on.
That's what I need.
Improve the sinus.
I need that too.
Yes, all of that. Hey, it'll be fun.
Okay, we'll do it.
That.
We'll do it, definitely. You guys, Master Teresa is going to drop some links into the comments for you, and then I'll let you know well in advance before she comes back, so you can put on your gym clothes, your health club clothes when you come back, because we're going to do some movement the next time she's in the house. In the meantime, if you'd like to check this link out, I'll drop this as well into the chats. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that into the comments right now, so you can go over and take a look at that. So that is now inside of your chat, everyone. And Master Teresa, I hate that you were having technical difficulties and lost half the show, but
that's okay.
That's a good way to get you back for an entire show.
Okay.
For a total of an hour and a half when it's all said and done. Okay. So anything you'd like to say to everybody before we get out of here? Give us a health tip as far as our diet. How about a diet tip? Food nutrition.
Sure. The first thing in the morning, you can consider drink more water. Sometimes with lemon, squeeze some lemon juice, add to the water, and then you can use that to flush your system and alkaline your body. Your body needs to be alkaline for healing, and that would be an awesome thing to do. It's still spring. I actually might even do a one whole day no food, just lemon water, maple leaf syrup.
Wait a minute.
Water. Yeah, one whole day you will feel fantastic if you do it. If you do,
who will?
You lose some weight too, right? If woman loves it.
Well, not just women, girl. And you said a whole day with no food.
Yes, because
is that even possible?
It's easy. So there's a reason for that, because in the winter time, we are moving less, a little bit sluggish. So the energy of, the yin and yang start from spring. So we say that if your spring is good, you will have a better summer of health, and then you have autumn, and then you have the winter. So doing the good cleaning in the spring would be intelligent people would do.
Okay.
People that really care about themselves.
So when I get you back,
that's how you look like, woman.
You kill me. I don't blame you. I'd be showing it off too if I was almost 64 looking like that. And I'm going to get with you because I want to learn some of this. And I know you guys do too. We're going to get you back, Master Teresa, for your full hour so you can teach us what we need to do to have a better life and a healthier future. Okay.
Well, I'd like your audience to tell me what your needs are. We'd like to hear from you. We want to support you. We do things you want, right? And please tell our dear host, Lauren, what is something you're looking for. And he's awesome, really grateful to have this opportunity.
Yes, we'll do it again. Definitely. I mean, I definitely want to, I got some dates now. I want to just run them past you. Sit in the green room for a minute when we're out of here, and we'll book you for your comeback. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Have a blessed day. Thank you for being such a good sport. Sorry you had all the tech difficulties, but we'll be ready the next time, won't you? We'll get it together. Right. And I know you guys are anxious for Master Teresa to come back. So thank you. Have a great day. God, stay in the green room. I'll be right there. Okay. Thank you. That was Master Teresa. Her connection is still on the screen, and it'll be there. I want to thank you all for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow morning, God willing, to do it all over again. Tomorrow, my guest is Kenneth J. Bradley Jr. What a fantastic story from a fantastic man. You don't want to miss it. And then tomorrow, I'll also let you know what day, probably next month, that we're going to have Master Teresa back. So get your questions into me. Anything you'd like to ask her, get it in. Follow her, follow us. Follow, right? You guys have a great day. It's been thank you for putting up with me, and thank you for watching those rough cuts of the masterclass. I was desperate for content this morning. I'll see you tomorrow. Get out and be the blessing you'd like to see in the world. Be the gift you'd like to receive. Remember, all we have to do is leave every person and every opportunity that we find ourselves standing directly in front of, leave it just a tad bit better than the way you found it. You'll be surprised, I'm telling you, how wonderful your life will be. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. Be good to each other and be good to yourselves.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Shamelessly displaying my state of mind.